Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a school. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And at the end of this video, we will be adding this to my brand new mini city. This is the amount of space required to make the school. And here are all of the materials that we will need to make the outside of the school. We do also have this handy chest here filled with other things that we will be using later on. Begin by placing a row of 5 cyan terracotta in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend forwards 1 block. And then right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend inwards 1. And then right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then extend backwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then want to extend across the back of the build using the cyan terracotta, and then extend forwards and connect to where we first started. The end result should look like this. Next, place 5 terracotta on top of the front left hand corner of the school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And extend backwards and join down to the opposite corner on the back. Then extend across the back of the build all the way and join down to this corner of the build. And then extend forwards and join down to this corner of the build. The end result should look like this. Next, on the right and left side of the school, we want to place rows of terracotta on top of the rows that we have just made that are 1 row shorter than the previous, eventually turning into a triangular shape. And of course, we want to do this on the opposite side as well. Next, we want to take this cyan terracotta block and place 6 terracotta on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend across and down to the opposite side. And then, very much like the sides of the build, we then want to place rows of terracotta on top of this row that slowly but surely turn that shape into a pyramid. On the front of the shape that we have just made, we want to find the middle block. That would be this one. Place an oak plank in front of it, and destroy the cyan terracotta behind and also replace that with oak. The significance of this is that we want to place an oak door on top of the outward oak plank, and then place 2 terracotta left and right of the oak plank that we've just placed. Then raise up the terracottas beside the door until they are 1 row higher and extend over across the door. And then above this doorway, we want to place a row of terracotta, just like this, extending above and behind. Then place a glass pane in the center of this empty row, terracotta beside it, an oak trapdoor either side of the glass pane flipped down. Perfect. We also want to place a bell above the door, such a satisfying sound, and then a stone brick stair in front of the oak plank underneath the door, and flare these stairs left and right like this. We want these stairs to have this appearance. We want to seal up this wall on the left side of the school. To do this, we place a row of terracotta along the bottom here. Then we place a glass pane on top of the middle of these 3 terracottas. Place terracotta either side, and then build up the rest of the wall using terracotta all the way up to the roof line. Then place oak trapdoors flipped down next to the glass pane. We want to do the exact same thing on this opposite side. 3 terracotta, glass pane on the middle, terracotta either side, and built up to the top of this wall with oak trapdoors flipped down on both sides. On the right side of our school, we simply want to fill this entire wall in using terracotta. On the opposite side, however, we want to add a row of terracotta along the bottom, place a glass pane on top of the center terracotta, build up the remaining wall using terracotta, and then place oak trapdoors flipped down next to the glass pane, like this. On the back of the school, we want to begin by placing a row of terracotta along the bottom of the wall, and then starting from the left, we want to place 2 terracotta, glass pane, 3 terracotta, 1, 2, 3, glass pane, 3 terracotta, glass pane, and then simply seal up the remaining wall using terracotta. And then place oak trapdoors flipped down next to each one of the 3 glass panes. Next, the roof. We're going to start the roof on the right side of the build, right here. Place a row of stone brick stairs extending across the front of the top of the school until we overhang the side of the school by 1 row. We then want to place a series of upside down stairs and regular stairs until we reach the very top of the roof, like this. At the very top of the roof, we will place a stone brick next to the stone brick stair, a stone brick slab on top like this, and then we will follow the shape of the roof all the way back down. And then across the back of the build, and then we will repeat what we have just made onto the opposite side of the roof. We also have to do this at the front center part of the school as well. However, this is a little bit more simple as we only have to create a triangular shape around the edge of the frame that we have already placed. This will later connect to the other parts of the frame that we have made. However, for now, it will remain a little bit separate, as you can see. Let's focus on filling the back part of the roof in, as this is very simple. We simply just have to connect both sides together. I have made a last minute decision to not have stone brick slabs at the top of the roof. However, instead, I think it would look better with a flat section. So I'm removing the slabs and replacing the peak terracotta with stone bricks instead. Feel free to do the same. I'm going to do the same at the front of the school also. So with the back half of the roof made, all we now have to do is feed the 2 side roofs into the center roof, which should be easy enough as we simply just have to curve these stairs around and inwards. However, this does leave us with a slight dilemma, which we will talk about in a second. The peak of the roof is ever so slightly higher at the front than it is the rest of the roof. So we are going to extend these stairs backwards to cover this hole. And then we are going to place a stair just in the middle to loop these together. Fill the top in using stone bricks. Next, we want to dig a pathway leading from the front of the school that is 3 rows wide and then extends out when we hit the edge of the grid, 2 rows on the left and right, which we then want to fill in using smooth stone. Next, we want to add poppies in front of the windows on the left and right side of the school. Then, we want to place leaves left and right of the path that leads us into the school, so we are going to place them here, and also the same on the opposite side, here and here. Then, we are going to grab white concrete and, in between the bushes but left of them, place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white concrete, and then add another row of white concrete on top. We are also going to dig out all of the remaining grass and white concrete and whatever blocks we can that sit inside of the grid and replace them using lime terracotta. Next, we are going to make the school sign. So throw down a loom, open it up, place a white banner in there with some black dye, and the first letter we want to make is S. So we apply the chief pattern, base pattern, and then the bend pattern, S. Next will be C. So we apply the Dexter pattern, chief pattern, and then base pattern. Next is H. We apply the pale Dexter pattern, the pale sinister pattern, and then the fess pattern. Next is O. We want to apply the pale Dexter pattern, pale sinister pattern, chief pattern, and base pattern. Now we would need another O, but I'm just going to reuse this one, so instead we move on to the final letter L, pale Dexter, base, there we go. And all we have to do is, in front of the white concrete here, place S, C, H, O, O, L. Perfect. And that is the entire outside of the school made. So next up we will be delving into this chest right here, and these are all of the materials that we will need to make the inside of the school. And we should probably make our way inside of the school, something that I tried to avoid for many years, but here I am again. First of all, we are going to build up terracotta around the actual entrance of the school to smooth out this wall. We are also going to place terracotta extending up on top of these two exposed cyan terracotta like this to once again smooth out that wall. We then want to smooth out the ceiling by placing upside down stone brick stairs underneath the roof line like this, and we are just going to have a nice smooth roof in placing these. So we only have to place 2 rows on this side and also a little bit of stone bricks just here to connect these stairs to the wall, and we want to do the same thing on the opposite side, so we have some nice high ceilings. And I'm going to hang some lanterns just from the ceiling as well. Place the center one in line with the door and then leave a gap of 2 either side like that. Then when it comes to the floor, we are going to add a layer of oak planks all the way around the edge of the floor like this to create kind of like a rectangular shape, and we just want to fill in around the door here as well. And then towards the left side of the school, we are going to add an extra row of oak planks here, and we'll also do the same here as well. So the floor layout should look like this. And then we just want to fill it in using red wool. Next, we are going to make an old-fashioned chalkboard by placing a row of 3 black concrete here along this wall, and then another row of black concrete above. Then the teacher's desk is going to be placed. Extending from these corners here, we want to place upside down spruce stairs like this, leaving a gap so that we can walk around the desk, connected together using spruce slabs. We then want to place oak signs in front of the spruce stairs like this, with a heavy weighted pressure plate on top of the slab, a flower part with a flower on one side, and a lantern on this opposite side. Also, I am going to add a chair for the teacher, so this is going to be a dark oak stairs, and I think that will make it a little bit more comfortable by adding some sides to it. Next, we want to make some desks. So the first set of desks are going to line up with the entrance here, and on top of the red wall, we place a spruce stair here, leave a gap, spruce stair. Open spruce fence gate in front of these with black carpet on top. Then we want to leave a gap of 2 behind these stairs. Then place a spruce stair here and here, just as we did in front. Open spruce fence gates with black carpet on top. So we have, of course, seats and a desk. At the back of the room, we are simply just going to place 2 rows of shelves either side of the window, and these are going to be 3 rows high like this. In between the windows along the back of the school, we are going to place some 1x1 paintings, like so. And then as we walk in left and right of the entrance, we want to have a chest and an armor stand with tripwire hooks above the chest. And I also want to have paintings as well, which might be better to place first. So I'm thinking some 1x1 paintings or some 1x2s would be fine as well. And we also want to suspend some things on the armor stand, so like hats and coats and maybe even shoes in some cases. That might be a little bit weird, so maybe just some caps and some tunics. It'd probably be a little bit weird if you're taking your pants off at school, so we'll keep the caps and tunics on the armor stands. So the same other side of the door, we will have a chest here, and then this time we are going to place the paintings first, so a couple of 1x1s like this, and then an armor stand in front of the paintings, and once again we'll just keep this to a hat and a coat, and then a couple of tripwire hooks above the chest. And that is the school complete. However, there is one more thing to do before we end this video, and that is place the school in Mini City. For now, Mini School is going to sit at the entrance of Mini Cul-de-sac. We don't really have too many options at the moment, but it does also make sense. You would probably place the school near where the houses are. And whilst we're in school, we can lustfully look at McDonald's across the road. And that is the end of the video. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please consider checking out some of my other videos, and this is a great time to get in on Mini City. We have only made 4 things so far, so if you want to start building Mini City along with me very early, this is a great time to do it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.